So today we're going to talk about how you find the volume, the surface area, and then find the capacity of other sized things other than square inches. So here I have a right rectangular prism, and onto that I'm going to put my dimensions. So this side measures 10, this side 4, and this side 6. So the first thing you're being asked is to find the volume, and we know that the formula for volume is that volume is equal to the length times the width times the height of any figure. And so in this figure, my length, width, and height are 10 and 4 and 6. So my volume of this cube is 10 times 4, which is 40, times 6, which is 240, 240 cubic, and these are inches. So inches. So that's my volume. Then I'm asked to find the surface area. And so the formula for surface area of a right rectangular prism is surface area is equal to 2 times the length times the width plus the length times the height plus the height times the width. So I'm going to look at my figure here. And so I've got 10. So I've got 10 times 4 plus, and then my length is 10, 10 times 6 plus, and so I've done my length times my width times my height. Now I'm going to do my height times my width, 6 times 4. And remember, we're going to double this because the 10 times the 4 would be here on the front, the 10 times the 6 would be here on the top, and the 6 times the 4 would be here on the side, so that's only 3 sides. I have to have those other sides that I can't see. So 10 times 4, that's 40, plus 60, plus 24, and that gives me 124, but then I have to multiply that by 2, so that's 248. So my surface area is 248 inches and then squared. So that's my surface area. The third question says, how many 1 by 1 by 1 cubes would fit in my box? So if you'll recall, the volume of your box is 240 cubic inches, and these would be inches cubed. So however many I have here is what this is going to be. So the answer to letter C is 240 cubes. Okay, so here comes the next part. It says how many half-inch cubes would fit in my box? So if I just had an inch, cubic inch, in this cubic inch, on this side I would have 2 half inches, and on this side I would have 2 half inches, and this dimension I would have 2 half inches. So if I had 1 cubic inch, that would be equal to 8 cubic half inches. So if I think about this 10 and I divided this up, 10 and then in halves would be 20 halves. So on this side I would have 20 little cubes could fit, and on this side I would have 8 little halves would fit, and on this side I would have 12 little halves that would fit. So I could have 20 times 8, which is 160, and then 160 times 12. So 160 times 12, that is 1,920. So the answer here is 1,920 cubes. And remember, you need to include your reason. The reason is it's 20 times 8 times 12. That's for the half-inch cubes. So it's not 9,920 cubic inches, it's 1,920 half-inch cubes. All right, so let's look at the next part. And then it says how many 2-inch cubes will fit in my box. So this is a different thing. So if I think about this 10 inches and I divide that by 2, I can get 5 2-inch cubes across the bottom here. And then I can get 2 2-inch cubes here. And then I can get 3 here. So I'm going to multiply these numbers, 10, because 2 times 5 is 10, times 3. So I can get 30 2-inch cubes into my box. And then the final question asks you to figure out, so I'm going to erase this. The final question says, what are the dimensions of a different box that would hold the same number of 1-inch cubes? So if I look at my box and I know that I have 240 cubes in it, I've got to think about 3 numbers that I can multiply together that would give me 240. So there are bunches of different things here. I could do 10 times um, 12 times 2, that's 240. I could do 6 times 10. Whoops, I was going to do times 4. So let's do 6 times 20. So that's 120 times 2. That would give me 240. I could do 240 times 1 times 1. So there are bunches of different things that you can do. But remember, you need 3 factors who together make 240. Okay, the second part of your homework was mean absolute deviation. And here I have the rules for you to find the mean absolute deviation of a set of numbers. The first thing you have to do is find the mean. So to find the mean, I'm going to add all my numbers and divide them. So I'm going to add up 87 plus 90 plus 100 plus 88 plus 93 plus 82 plus 80 plus 100, and that equals up to be 720. So I add these up, and so I get 720. And then to find the mean, I need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divided by 8. So my mean is 90. The second step is to find the differences. So I'm going to look at all of the numbers in my data set compared to 90. And those are going to be the differences that I'm going to be thinking about. So first, 87 and 90, that's a difference of 3. 90 and 90, that's a difference of 0. 190, that's a difference of 10. 88 and 90, that's a difference of 2. 93 and 90, that's a difference of 3. 82 and 90, that's a difference of 8. 80 and 90, that's a difference of 10. 80 and 90 and 100 rather, that's a difference of 10. And then it says to average those differences. So the second thing I did was find my differences, and now I'm going to average them. So 3 and 10, that's 13, plus 2 is 15, plus 3 is 18, plus 8 is 26, 36, 46. So I do 46, and now I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divided by 8. And 8 into 46 goes 5 times, so that's 40. So my answer is 5 and 6/8 are 5 and 3/4. So that's my mean absolute deviation. Hope this helped you.